Street.
Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Just What We Need, another Philly sports show. Nobody was asking for another Philly sports show. We're giving you one anyway. Here we come. Now we got a good panel tonight. On my left, Ted Kelly is here. Thanks for coming, Ted. Ted, appreciate it.
Evening, everybody.
And on my right, first time here, we're glad he's here. Mike White is here. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks,
we really
Ed,
appreciate
for
you
having
coming
me.
out.
Yep.
All right, well, we got
Appreciate
some good topics to discuss tonight. We got possibly Bo Bichette is coming. Tyrese Maxey continues to be a star, but we'll start off with the autopsy.
Why not?
We'll start off with yesterday. The Eagles, with the offense, it was the same as they didn't turn it on. The offense, unfortunately. What'd you think? What was your opinion yesterday of the Eagles game?
It was a microcosm of the whole year.
Yeah,
It just,
especially the second half of the year.
it's, undisciplined with penalties at the wrong time.
Yep.
All right. Uninteresting play calls. All right. Just making stupid plays at the wrong time. Not a lot of, pass rush on a quarterback that you should have been able to get to.
Yeah.
No, I just think it showed you what they were no different than the first 17 games.
Yeah.
Right. We all thought, that magic switch is going to be.
And the offense went backwards all year. They went backwards. Didn't start out that bad. They started the year, and then they went backward. Mike, did you watch the game? What'd you think?
Sure. Yeah, of course. I've been watching them since the mid '60s. What a debacle!
Yeah.
My big thing was you played a defense that were signing guys off the street during the course of the week. They just signed Eric Kendricks to play linebacker. He was the defensive MVP of that game yesterday.
Yeah.
How the hell do you lose to a team that's so banged up like that? It's beyond me.
The Eagles' offense is like they were just going through the motions. It's like they're playing in mud or something. They're playing in slow motion. I don't get what they just go out there and nothing happens.
In the first series, I texted, one of my group texts. I said, "Who kidnapped Kevin Patullo?" He actually looked creative.
Yeah.
I mean, the play to get the tight end into the end zone was beautiful.
Well, Goddard's been great. Goddard's had a great year.
Barkley had some great things.
Yeah.
And
but
then
it's
zero.
But it's
and then
always
zero.
been a tale of two halves, right?
Mhm.
They look so well and so disciplined in the first half, take the lead. Of course, they missed the extra point, which turned out to kill them at the end.
Of course, San Francisco missed an extra point too, so it almost got to offset.
For sure. But on that last series, we could have tied the game and sent it to overtime.
Yeah.
You could have limped away with a victory if you don't miss the extra point. So they had no shot at that point.
I can't believe the defense bit on that fake play. That was terrible. That Blankenship got off the coverage.
Yeah.
That was just terrible.
There's one guy on the whole field for both teams you don't ever leave alone.
Yeah.
And we left McCaffrey alone.
Especially with Kittle being down since the second quarter, right?
Wide open.
The only guy
that was unbelievable. I mean, he was all by himself.
Wide open.
I know, but the offense, it's in recent, not just yesterday. It's like they're playing in quicksand. I mean, they just nothing happens.
For sure.
They just go with three and then a punt, and I don't know what. And AJ Brown, is he coming back? Do you think I can't imagine they're going to have him back.
The minute that the undisciplined coach ran down the sideline screaming at him, AJ said, "Enough of this shit, I'm done."
He didn't catch a pass since then, right?
Yeah,
I think they only threw to him one.
Yeah,
or
but
two
he
times
should have had that
after
one pass for sure. That one pass he had his hands
He
on.
had alligator on.
Yeah, he should have had his hands on. I don't understand. I mean, I know the offensive line was banged up, but with the talent on that offense, with AJ Brown and Devontae, Goddard, Saquon, I don't understand it. I mean, what's his name is going backwards, unfortunately. Hurts. In the second half of the season.
Well,
and I was
this is
defending
his
him.
eighth offensive coordinator since college.
I know, which isn't good.
So he can't develop a quarterback that way.
Yeah,
don't
that
know.
doesn't help. That doesn't help. But
help.
I mean, I don't know. He looks so good, and then the second half of this year especially, I just
We
said,
stopped
wow.
running too.
Oh, that
Stopped
I
running
don't.
the ball.
That I don't
So,
understand. Why it was such a weapon for them that the people had to be on guard for him taking off with the ball. Now,
for
he's
sure.
not running. I don't know.
That opened up the
Yeah,
offense
he's not
so
Dan.
much.
He's
when
not
he
Dan
would do that.
Marino to stand by. He has to have the option of running. That was a big part of the.
He
of
got
his,
paid.
Sure.
He gets
arsenal.
paid $50 million because he can run.
Yeah,
the
that was a
ball.
big
Yep.
part, and then he doesn't want to run. I don't.
For sure.
Correct.
I don't.
No,
I don't.
and
Understand.
yeah, he's had, like you said, 8 different coordinators.
Yeah, that's the shame.
He's
of
had
it
the
all.
same head coach for 5 or 6
Yeah, that's
years.
true. Yeah,
True.
5
Okay.
years.
True.
I think that's a crutch. We've been talking about, oh, he's got a new offensive coordinator. Poor him. We've been talking about the same things. He doesn't throw over the middle. He doesn't. They don't run creative routes. He doesn't throw the ball unless they're wide open. That's going on for 5 years, regardless of who the
He won't get off.
who the coordinator is.
He won't get off a receiver either. He zeroes in on one receiver.
Yeah,
Won't get off.
Goddard was.
Oh,
his
you knew
main
Goddard was
go-to
getting the
guy
ball
this year.
in that last play.
Well, yeah, Goddard was bailing him out. So what do they do? So what do they do now in the offseason? Patullo's got to be gone, right? That's almost a
gotta
given.
He's got to be.
I think he's got to be
And
target
then,
number one.
and probably AJ Brown, right? I would think isn't going to come back.
Yeah, you got to get a pick for him. I think
Again,
he's got to go.
I think the coach let his antics play way too long. And you keep mentioning the second half of the season. Well, that's when they were 8-2 is when AJ started popping off.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So once that, and I think the offense totally,
Yeah.
yeah.
we got to get AJ the ball. We got to get AJ
Oh,
the ball.
yeah. And he looked like he looked like he was going through the motions yesterday, AJ. But now they got to hope for the offensive line to get healthy, right? I mean, because the good players on the offensive line, they just got to get healthy, I think.
Here's one stat for you guys that troubled me going into this whole thing. Of course, we didn't go for the number 2 seed, right? We played it safe.
They should have. They should have played the starters.
Do you know only 2 number 3 seeds have ever won a Super Bowl?
That doesn't. I guess that doesn't
06
surprise
Colts
me.
and the 24 Chiefs. Out of 59 Super Bowls, only 2 number 3 seeds have ever made it to the Super Bowl.
I guess it's not surprising. I mean, it is, but it isn't when you think how hard it is to win on the road in the playoffs. I guess that sort of makes sense, but it's a little shocking that it's only 3. But I guess it's hard to win on the road in the playoffs.
But what good did resting those starters do against the Commanders?
Nothing.
We could have had the number 2 seed.
It did nothing for them.
No,
It did nothing for
I
them.
would have rather played the Packers to start off.
Yeah,
maybe get back into the groove, if you will, at least to give your offense a chance.
Yeah, that's the
pour
truth.
it
You would have played a lesser team,
but who knows, right?
No, is anybody? I mean, I hear some people calling for Sirianni's head. I don't know if you fire the guy who's 5 straight years in the playoffs, 2 Super Bowl. I don't know if you fire him.
To continue with your stats, though, went to the Super Bowl twice. The other 3 years, he made the playoffs. First round out.
But they did make the playoffs. They did make the playoffs,
Yeah.
which
True.
so some teams don't. Some teams never make the playoffs.
That's
Browns
true.
and Jets and teams like that. So at least they made the playoffs 5 years. But I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd go down that road of getting rid of Sirianni. Some people think. Go ahead.
The problem with having Sirianni be the CEO is you're going to get 8 different offensive coordinators because the Eagles are a good organization. They do well, they prepare their OCs to move on to other jobs.
So why not go after somebody like a Fangio, an old guy who's been there from a head coaching, has gotten that out of his system, and bring somebody in who's just happy to be an OC, keep the streak going.
Correct.
Not a Sirianni guy per se like Patullo is.
Absolutely. Now some people are speculating that Mike McDaniel might be the guy who just got fired as the head coach at Miami because he's an offensive guy. I have no idea whether that's true.
Brian Dable, who coached Hurts at Alabama.
A lot of people really want Brian Dable.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, yeah, because it'd be hard for those guys to get another head coaching job right away, maybe eventually, but right away it might be hard. So they might be available.
For sure.
Of course, like Teddy said, if they come here and the Eagles offense plays, maybe they leave for a head coaching
job. The younger guys, for sure.
Yeah.
That's why I say go for an older, old veteran that's happy to just be an OC.
It's probably
I don't know how
a good
many
idea.
more jobs Dable's getting. McDaniel, is that his name?
Yeah, Mike McDaniel.
Yeah. He has a good reputation.
He does, but the Dolphins really were bad this year. Bad.
But they didn't quit.
No, yeah, that's
They
true.
didn't quit. So if we want to get some continuity, I would go with Dable.
Frank Reich is still out there.
Reich.
There you
There's
go.
another guy who's been there
Bring
from a head
it.
coaching
That's a great idea to bring.
Maybe
I'm pretty
Frank
sure
Reich.
they're not going to try and bring Chip Kelly in as the OC.
I can't understand why you wouldn't.
Oh, my.
I can't imagine they
No.
would bring him back. But no, I guess they'll have to. And the defense, I mean, the defense played great all year. I mean, is anybody going to be a free agent they're going to lose? I'm not even sure who might be a free agent that he might lose. Kobe Dean is a free agent.
Yeah.
The main free. I looked at him today. There was
You don't want to
10 or
lose.
12 guys.
Is that right? There might be free. Well, you don't want to lose him.
I think Nolan Smith is a free agent.
Yeah, you want.
I don't know if you bring him back with his injury history, same as Dean.
You want to
They
try to
both can't
keep
stay-
those guys though
seem to
because they
stay
had a
healthy.
great year, and hopefully Fangio won't retire. Hopefully, I don't know how. You
even
never
thought
know.
of that
Yeah.
one. Oh, boy.
He's not young. He might.
That'd be a killer.
But those first two series of the game showed you defense got torched.
Yeah.
And I mean, Mitchell especially.
Yeah.
Fangio made adjustments.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Offensively, we were great in that first series, and then we're horrendous.
Yeah.
I'm not a hater of Patullo, but he doesn't know how to make in-game adjustments.
Has the league figured Jalen Hurts out? Is that possible? I mean, does he now need? They've adjusted to him, and he hasn't made adjustments back. I mean, it could be that.
I think his guys let him down. His receivers let him down.
Yeah.
Those passes were not bad
No,
passes.
they weren't.
That should have been caught for the most part.
Yeah.
The last pass was a bad one.
That was
Triple
in triple
coverage.
cover.
You don't throw it in.
That's
where three
amazing.
defenders are
They
there.
call a timeout, and that's the play they come up with. I had a
was disappointing.
timeout.
Yeah. And that was going to be the last play
Oh,
for them
and
because
fourth
you
down,
lost.
yeah.
You burned a timeout there.
And you
So,
burned a timeout because you were not really in a hurry up offense.
right.
Why were you not I don't want to say rushing, but at a quick pace with that? You every time you snapped the ball, there were 4 seconds left on the play clock.
Yeah.
At that stretch of the game, you've got to keep that game
Keep it going.
moving.
Yeah, well,
for sure.
part of
Okay, and
that.
it cost you a timeout.
That's
Yes,
a
it
bad
did.
reflection on Sirianni. That's a
It's
bad
absolutely
reflection.
That's coaching. Yeah.
Sirianni, bad reflection on Hurts, who's supposed to be in charge back there. It's
Yeah.
bad reflection on both of them.
Absolutely.
So as bad as the offense was yesterday, the defense really needed to come up big at the end and couldn't.
Yeah.
And I don't lay it on them from the
Yeah,
season
they
perspective
didn't make a
because
stop,
they played
yeah.
well, but they didn't make a stop
they
when it
didn't.
really truly counted.
They didn't
They
make-
ran right down the field and they scored with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left.
Yeah,
And
they
that's
did.
when you want your defense to step it up because we had the lead.
Yeah,
It was
yeah, oh, yeah.
19-17, right, at that
Oh,
point.
yeah,
So- Anyway, it's tough to point the finger at the defense.
No, it is, but it'll be curious to see what they do with it. Some people speculate they're going to draft a quarterback to put some pressure on Jalen. Might have. That's what they did with Jalen to put some pressure on Wentz. It could be.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it
Doesn't
could
look like
happen.
Tanner McKee's the answer, does it? After 2 weeks ago
You
against
know?
the
No,
Commanders.
he didn't play well in
No,
that game, but. Although some people still like him, I don't know. And he was playing with backups. He wasn't playing
Sure,
but
sure.
I mean, I don't know how good Tanner McKee is. Yeah, I haven't seen enough of him.
Yeah.
Who we have no idea.
Can we talk about Jake Elliott, Ed?
Oh yeah, I think
Here's
he's.
a guy, the last 2 years, his average has been 74%
Yeah.
success rate. The league average is 85%.
I think he might be
time for
him to
kicker.
retire. Might be time for him. He's had a great career. He's got the 2 Super Bowl rings. Might
Sure.
be time to retire. For
6
Yeah.
missed extra points.
Yep.
yeah,
The
it's,
most
You can't
ever.
have it. Can't have
might
it.
might be time for him to retire. It's
And you could live with him if he, like you said, Mike, if he was hitting 85,
Yeah, he was way
90%.
below the average.
The kick,
Hmm.
and he really only kicks from 50 in. I mean,
Yeah,
you
he's
have these
not
guys now
No,
that are,
these guys
that are,
67.
that are
that's the biggest
well into the
difference
60s.
from when we were younger to now. How good kickers have become. It's ridiculous. These guys are hitting.
You got to get
you
to
can't
the
even
40
believe.
yard line
Yep.
and you can try a kick.
You can't even believe it. I remember back in. Remember the Barr brothers, Matt Barr and
Oh,
Chris.
yeah.
But
Oh,
they were 25-yard field goal. You covered your eyes. You didn't know what they were going to do.
That's
Now
the
I mean, it's amazing. Tony Franklin, he was another one. Send him out there,
Oh,
and cross your fingers. Now these guys are unbelievable. How good these.
Yeah, but I don't ever remember these kickers missing extra points.
That's true.
It's happening frequently these
You
days.
have
Very
more
true.
confidence that the guy is going to make a 50-yard field goal than he is that he's going to make an extra point.
So I wonder if, like, when they're training or whatever it is, if they're just training to kick, it's like a pitcher that
Maybe.
can throw 104 miles an
Yeah.
hour, but he can't find the spots.
Right.
It might,
You know,
that might,
I'm wondering
that,
if the kicker's
there's
turning
got,
into
there's
that.
got to be something. There's got to be something to that because you're right. The Teddy said they're more reliable from a distance than they are extra. The extra points is bizarre that they miss extra points, but they hit these long 60-yard field goals.
It's a shame the guy's been so good
Oh,
for
he's been
so
great.
many years.
He's had a
It's-
great career. He's
hate
got
to
the
say
2
it, but
rings.
might
You
be
know,
time.
He'll
Might
be on the
time.
Wall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
it
he
might
got-
be time.
Guys had a great career, But I don't know. I think we'll see what they do. It's hard to say if they're gonna try to sign any free agents or the draft. They're gonna draft. They're not gonna draft high, but they usually draft pretty well in recent years. And Howie usually has a surprise or two in the free agents. So yeah, so we'll see. But I mean, that the offensive coordinator is going to be interesting.
That's number one. for
With the
me.
Mike's point, maybe they should get an older guy. That's not a bad. It's not
What
somebody
do you
who.
think,
Frank
Lori
Reich.
and
Frank
Howie are
Reich's a
doing
great idea.
right now? Ed, what do you
Well,
think
they're not happy. I mean, Howie's in the office plotting for next year. Lori might be on
Seething,
vacation.
right?
Yeah,
No, he's on vacation.
but Howie's already. He's got the sleeves rolled up. He's already on his computer. He's working towards next year. Howie, absolutely. Howie is.
I'm curious to hear Howie's end of the year press
The
conference.
press conference.
Yeah, I mean, he's going
I
to
wanna
say
hear
something.
what
He's
he
going to
has to
bite his
say.
tongue too, and a lot of it. But but the Frank Reich, that's a good name to
Yeah,
bring
he's
up.
out
That really
there,
is
so-
interesting.
And he's a Nick Sirianni guy.
And
he's
he
a
was the-
disciple.
Oh, yeah.
He was
of,
the
Frank.
offensive coordinator when they won the first Super Bowl, right?
Yes, he
Wasn't
was.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
he
mean,
was.
well, how about Dougie P as an offensive coordinator? Would they bring him in as an
There you
offensive
go.
coordinator?
Yeah, he's done it.
I don't see him being a head coach again.
No.
So maybe,
probably
so
not.
I mean, that I mean, I don't know if the Eagles would do that, but I wouldn't think it would be a bad move. Might be, but whether the Eagles would do it, I don't know if he gets him and Howie might not be on the
Might
same
be,
page.
right,
Yeah, they might not be
I'm not
buddies
sure he
anymore.
wants
Since
to
they
come
showed
back.
him the door
Yeah.
once.
Yeah, they
right?
might not be buddies. But when now that the Eagles
But,
are out,
You know, Howie's right. When you look, Howie.
Oh,
said
Howie's
no to
made-
Dougie P.
Yeah,
You can't hire,
Can't hire this
Scoville
guy.
or whoever it was going to be.
yeah, you're right.
And he let Sirianni hire him, and he was wrong. So
no.
that'll be the last time any
no.
Eagles coach gets to hire.
Howie's going to
anybody.
hire the offensive coordinator.
Yep,
Now you can
definitely.
almost guarantee that. But so now the Eagles are out. Who's the favorite? I'm not sure who the favorite is.
I don't know. I like the Bills with Josh Allen. I mean, it's
Yeah,
hard not
yeah,
to like that
But
guy.
that was but they had a hard fought game yesterday.
True.
They hung one. It was a tough game late.
Jacksonville was hot. Going
Yeah,
I
into
don't
yeah.
think
yesterday's
we
game.
understood how good Jacksonville was.
I guess.
We
I
just
guess that.
assumed
They
they
were
were
8-0,
the old-
I think, in their last.
the
games
old
or
Jacksonville Jaguars.
I guess that's it. But I mean, and the Rams had a tough game. Chicago,
Yeah.
San Francisco. I'm not sure. I think it's still
There's
wide
no real
open.
clear favorite.
No, there's
That's
not.
why I thought
It-
the Eagles had a
Nah.
good shot. At
It's
this,
it's pretty
but-
wide open. It'll be interesting, and I wonder if tonight, if the Steelers lose, if Aaron Rodgers is going to retire or not. Possible, but he seems hard headed. He wants to keep playing. He seems like Nolan Ryan. He doesn't want to
Yeah.
give it up. He wants to keep
Oh,
playing.
he likes the adulation.
Yeah, he
for
leaves.
sure.
Is he older than Brady was when Brady finally gave it up?
He's 42.
42.
How old was
Rodgers?
Brady?
How
I
old
can't-
was
I want to
Brady?
say
can't
Brady
rem-
was 44.
Yeah, maybe.
okay.
Brady may have
All
been.
I think
So he
Brady.
still
I
has
think
another
Brady.
couple years.
I think
then.
Brady was older.
I don't know if though anybody will do Jamie Moore. 49 was Jamie Moore.
Yeah.
40. Well, how old was Nolan Ryan? He had to be close to that.
Oh, he was up there.
He was up
But
there too.
Jamie
yeah.
Moore is the oldest man ever to win a regular season game. He was 49 when he got his last win.
You're right.
Yeah.
Satchel Paige never won a game.
No, I don't
No.
think so. He pitched. He came in and pitched in relief for the old Kansas
For the
City A's.
Paige,
Yeah, I don't think he got a win.
59.
Yeah, but I don't think he got a
Yeah.
win. He was old. He came in. Yeah, he came in and they got a scoreless inning, and people couldn't believe that.
Wow.
So Brady retired at 45, and Aaron Rodgers is 42.
So he's got another few years then.
Yeah.
When
He
you
could.
look at it
That's
that
not.
way.
That's not impossible. He seems pretty hard headed, like he doesn't
He
want
is
to
pretty
retire.
hard-headed.
He seems
Yeah.
like he does. But it'll be interesting to see who's going to win. New England didn't look good last night at all against the Chargers, and
That's
I was thinking they might be the favorites. Now
That
I'm
was
not
a
so sure.
horrible game.
That was, but it was a fast game. It was over
Yeah.
quick. I couldn't believe how early it was over.
But isn't that division traditionally like a weaker division? I know the Patriots have come out of that
Oh,
division
Yeah.
all those years
Now the
ago.
Bills,
But
yeah, well,
I don't think it's the strongest
certainly with the
division.
Jets have always tried. Then Dolphins haven't been good in recent years.
Yeah,
so
that's
yeah,
what I mean.
yeah.
So-
But But I was thinking New England might be the favorite based on last night. I'm not so sure.
Yeah,
I don't know who I would make the favorite right now. It's
No, you watch Chicago come back.
they did,
but they got down 21-3. I mean, I was that game. I don't have Prime, so I'm following it on my phone, and I said Chicago won. Why they were doing?
I know.
I couldn't
I
believe
went to
it.
bed and
I
they
woke
were
up and
losing
I
big.
woke up in the middle of the night chat. Like, are you serious?
Yeah, I couldn't believe they came back to win. I mean, I was mad the game wasn't on. I didn't regular
Oh, I
TV,
know.
but that's the NFL. The Babylon Bee, that comedy site, they said that in the future the NFL is going to have each quarter on a different streaming service.
Oh, I like
To
that.
make
Don't think they
buy
wouldn't if they thought they could get away with it. They wouldn't do that. Don't.
How do you put a playoff game?
It's the NFL. They do what they want, and people keep.
It's a money
The
maker.
NFL's the pretty girlfriend that the guy can't walk away from. She shits all over you, and you still want to date her.
Right.
You still want to buy her Christmas presents and birthday presents. She's the hot girl, and she knows the guy ain't going anywhere. Because none of the fans, we're all still watching. No matter what they do, we keep watching. That doesn't matter.
Nobody's watching the NBA or
no, the
NHL
NBA.
probably,
The
right?
NBA at playoff time will get some ratings, but
and not regular season.
no, it's
It is
because
amazing.
you watch an NBA game, the first 3 quarters, it's what are you watching for?
The Christmas Day ratings, the lowest rated NFL game doubled the
yeah,
highest rated
of
NBA
course.
game.
Oh, easily.
Nothing compares to the NFL. Nothing. No TV shows, movie theater, nothing.
It's
The
gold.
NFL is it.
It's gold. The
And
gold standard.
It is amazing.
The NFL is bulletproof. And look, I'm not lying. I enjoy it too. If it's on, I'll watch it. What the hell? I'll watch a game for. If it's a game on, I'll watch it. It's what you do. You
And
watch
it's
football.
and it's not regional. Like
Yeah.
I love baseball and I'll watch other games. Most people won't.
Yeah.
Casual football fans
I'll watch
will
any
watch
game.
any game.
And we should have known yesterday we're going to lose. The ghost of Bob Weir. Come in. Bob Weir was a gigantic San Francisco 49 fan. So yes, he might have pushed them.
49er fan.
He might have pushed them over.
Oh,
Bob might have pushed
You
them
know who
over.
brought that up? Al Morgani.
Yeah.
I was listening to him yesterday, and he said that.
Oh, jeez.
I should have thought of that because
Yeah.
they're famously from San Francisco, the
Right.
Grateful Dead. So I should have
Yeah.
realized that. But well, the Eagles will see. It'll be
Yeah.
interesting because the NFL never stops. It's 12 months a year. So
Now we
with the
look forward to
draft,
right?
and the
party.
mini camps and everything.
Yep.
So the free agent period and the legal team. That's my favorite.
Definitely got to go.
We got a comment here. We got so out coached by the 40. Yeah, we know that. But Nick and Patullo get out coached every week.
Everywhere. That's not
that's
good.
that's really not.
good.
That's shocking. Shocking that somebody's actually watching this live. That's good.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. What the hell? We'll take one
It
viewer.
must be you, Mike.
We tried to get the word out tonight, Ed, for sure.
Must
Take
be
one.
you.
Take one.
Look at the
Well,
top of the screen there. It says 430.
430.
Nice.
Right.
Is that a record?
Let's
Wow.
go for
Wow.
5.
That means I can come back,
My,
right?
the McGonigal podcast doesn't get. As I said, I even lose to myself. I said that before. I can't.
That's cool.
That's hard to believe. All right, whatever.
That's cool.
I didn't want to be a sports, but maybe what the hell.
But can we agree when the draft does come, it's O-line, defensive back, and
Uh,
then maybe a kicker
I
somewhere
would
in
think
there?
O-line because of all the injuries and some of the guys and Lane getting older and
Yeah.
defensive back, kicker,
Dory Jackson, do you want to see him again in that lineup? Maurice Epps, or
kickers.
Marcus Epps.
Kickers usually
Oh,
aren't
come
that
on.
big in the draft. Usually you get, the people.
Well, they're the
Pick one out somewhere.
and you find a kicker.
You know, we had Dicker the kicker when Elliott was hurt a few years ago,
Yes.
and he's the most accurate kicker
Kicker.
in the NFL
But at
today.
that time,
Yeah.
Elliott was still good.
Yeah.
So
Of course, he's kicking in San Diego with no wind and no,
Is that
Yeah,
where he
right.
was?
yeah,
that
I
helps.
didn't know where he
does
was.
help.
That helps. But so we'll see what they do. We might as well move on. The Phillies, there's some excitement because they're we don't know if they're teasing us or not, but they're supposedly interested in Bo Bichette.
Yeah.
Teddy, would you be in favor of Bo Bichette coming here?
Oh, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I would love to
And
see.
I was not in favor of Bregman, so I was very glad
okay,
to see
yeah.
Bregman go play.
Yeah,
He's
I-
older too.
yeah, I
right?
mean,
this
between the-
guy's 28.
right. Between
Correct.
the two of them, there's no question. Bichette would be the pick.
Yes.
And Bichette is perfect. 28, a right-handed bat, which
bat,
they
yeah.
need.
And-
Phillies
and-
don't want Bo. Why do you say? I hope they're not just teasing. I hope they're not just doing it to
They
get
don't want
some
him out
publicity.
there?
That's what this guy.
Oh, no.
I would take Bo.
I
I'd
hope
take
the
him in a
Phillies aren't
heartbeat.
just doing that to make it look good. I hope they're seriously interested in him.
He was 311 last year,
Oh, yeah.
18 home runs, 94 RBIs, and 181 hits. Why wouldn't you want a guy like
Perfect.
that in your lineup?
When was the last
And
time
he-
we had 181 hits?
Yeah, exactly.
Right-handed bat, which they desperately
Bohm had
need.
133.
And this whole thing that they might trade Bohm, I'm against that. Keep Bohm. Bohm has had a
Well,
bunch
you might
of
have to because of the salary.
well, Bohm has had a
10
bunch
mil.
of RBIs over the last 3 years.
I'm okay with Bohm.
Yeah,
I'm getting rid of the second baseman.
Well, where do you put Bichette?
Well,
Second.
second, he's going to play
Okay.
second if they sign him.
You let him
There's,
play second.
there's some speculation that they'll trade Bohm and move Stott to third, which I wouldn't like at all.
No,
But that's some of the
no.
speculation. I don't
Bichette
know.
would go to third. Bohm would go. You'd get maybe a catcher for Bohm if you don't get JT Real Muto.
Well,
If you sign Bichette, I can't imagine.
the thing
you
with
sign
Bichette is the
Yeah.
only downside is he's not a good defensive player. Wherever you play him,
Oh, he is
he's not
not.
a very good
No.
defensive player.
Mm.
At shortstop, he wasn't. So maybe
Okay.
he'd be better at second, but I'd almost guarantee they're going to play him at second if they sign him.
Mm.
I'd be shocked if they didn't. But talking about it, as far as a catcher goes, trading for a catcher, some speculation they might try to trade for Ryan Jeffers from
Yep.
Minnesota.
Yep.
Jeffers is a good player.
Yeah.
He's only 28. Now,
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
so when I heard that, I thought, I want JT, but if they could get this kid Jeffers, that might be the better move. JT's 35,
Yep, he will be.
and I like
Yep.
JT, but Jeffers is a good player, and to get a 28-year-old kid, that might not be a bad idea.
I'm all for it.
Trading Bohm,
That might be where Bohm.
maybe,
winds up
but I
in-
mean,
in
I
Minnesota.
wouldn't be mad if they went for Jeffers instead of JT. I could live with that. I mean, I wouldn't be as mad as I would if they were trying to go with Marchand or Stubbs or something. But Ryan Jeffers, okay, I could deal with a 28-year-old kid who has some pop in his bat.
Yeah. I know I'm throwing
I
a lot
could-
of stats
no,
at
I could
you,
deal
but
with that.
He had the same comparable stats that JT
Oh,
had.
oh, yeah.
last
Oh,
year,
the's no
and he's
question.
6 years younger.
There's
So
no- he's
I would
had-
take a chance on him for sure.
I think he had some injuries. I mean, there was some
Oh,
little,
okay,
but
okay.
every player in sports gets
They're
nowadays.
all gonna get hurt.
Yeah. So, but I could live with that. That might
Yeah.
be.
You get
yeah, I would
gaining
have-
6 years on
Yeah, I would
age.
have no problem with that if they went for Ryan Jeffers instead of Briggs. Now I don't know there's other speculation, but that's a guy, and Phillies traded twice from Minnesota last year.
So they've got
So
right.
maybe,
There's a
so
history.
maybe, yeah, that would be fine. I am worried about the starting pitching, though. I'm worried about it because you don't know when Wheeler's coming back and how good he's going to be, either when he comes back. Might take him some time to build up.
Heard some reports recently that he's progressing well. He's going from 75 feet.
Well, that's awesome, but he's
You
coming
know?
back, but from something that wasn't easy. What he's coming
Yeah.
back from.
No,
And you don't know what you're going to get out of Nola. Don't know what you're going to get out of Taiwan Walker. Don't know what
well,
you're
you
going to.
do know what you got out of Walker.
No, you really at Andrew Painter. You don't know what you're going to get out of. There's three guys question marks, and Wheeler's even a question mark. So four. So I'm worried about the
And we
starting
really
pitching.
didn't add anyone yet.
No,
right?
no,
The
that-
Japanese guy got away
He
from
went
us.
to Houston. I mean, you still got Luzardo and Sanchez. You're hoping they come back and pitch
Yeah.
again good. Two
Right,
lefties,
right.
but I don't know. It's that starting pitching. And we talked about this last time, Teddy. I'm so mad that they unloaded Matt Strom.
Oh,
Good
me
left,
too.
just for
Yeah, I
money.
did not
Just
like the guy.
for money.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do it for money, do it for the $9 million salary then. He must have pissed them off somehow.
I guess. I just didn't like that. Now the kid they signed from the Cubs.
Walker.
I'm now
Barker?
drawing. I'm
Yeah,
drawing a
yeah,
blank on
right,
it. I'm
yeah.
drawing a blank on his
Ryan
name.
somebody.
I'm drawing a blank on his name, but
Yeah.
he was really good for the Cubs last year, but it was his only good year he's had so far. So
Yeah.
you have to hope that he can do it again. Sometimes the league could catch up to him.
Yeah.
The league could figure him out. I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on his name, but Keller.
Keller.
Brad
Yeah.
Keller, right?
Brad Keller.
That's
I knew
right.
there
Yeah.
was a B in there
I said
somewhere.
Ryan.
And he had a really good year for the Cubs last year. Great year, 2.08 or something ERA.
Tons of strikeouts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, bunch of strikeouts as far versus innings pitched. Yeah, he had. If he can even come close to that, it'd be great.
And he's from the right
Right,
side.
and
where
then
Strom was left.
you also have. You don't know what Ryan Kirkering and whether he's going to have flat PTSD from that thing. But you hope he can shake it
I
off.
feel bad for the
boy.
guy.
I
I
do
really
too.
do.
And, you know what? People say, I don't feel that bad for him. The ball's hit back, you throw it to first base. I really don't feel that bad for a pitcher who can't throw the ball to first base. People do. Oh, I feel bad. No, it's right. You throw
What
it
do
to
they
first.
say in baseball? It's mental errors you can't forgive, but the
he-
physical ones
yeah.
you can
You
forgive.
didn't- you-
And that was a mental error.
You know, he didn't. His house didn't burn
Definitely.
down. His dog didn't run away. The ball was hit back to him. Throw with the first. That's
It's almost automatic.
that
in
whole
baseball, right?
JT standing there pointing.
Pointing.
How many times did I tell my kids coaching?
No.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I know some
Before the
people.
balls hit the,
I understand.
know what you're going to do with
You're
it.
gonna
And
get
this was his third year up in major leagues. You come
Still
on,
a young
Yes,
guy.
I
come on,
agree.
come on. You got to know what you're doing. But hopefully he'll be able to pitch good this year. Now the two lefties, Alvarado and Tanner Banks.
You have no confidence in either
No,
one.
and that's why. I mean, if you had Matt Strom and you're late inning or left-handed, you could go to him. But now you're going to be going to Tanner Banks, you're
Tanner
going to be
Banks is
crossing
the
your
guy,
fingers.
Who throws about as hard as Jamie Moyer?
You're going to be crossing your fingers. He's not bad, but he's not. He's not
Well,
great either.
And Strom was serviceable, right? So here
Strom was
here
a
we
good-
go back to the manager
Strom
now,
was a
right?
good left-handed
And
relief
it happened twice in the span of 2 or 3 years where he put Strom in a bad situation where the guy couldn't deliver. He gave up the 3-run home
Gave up
run
the
to
home
the
run that
Dodgers.
playoff that
But
blew
didn't
that
he
game
blow
one?
something
Oh.
in the World Series against the Astros as well? They
Yeah.
brought him
I remember
in
Alvarado
a
did.
situation that he
Alvarado gave up that big home run in
That's
the World
true,
Series
too.
in that
But
game
Strom,
6 when
I
they had a
think there were
1-0 lead.
two times where the manager brought him in to a situation that he was not able to pitch through.
Yeah, but
And-
there's other times where he was really good late in the season. Like Teddy had said, getting Otani, he was
Yeah,
great against
Ohtani,
us.
yeah,
But
that's true.
You're going
True.
into a late situation and you need a lefty to get to face a lefty. I'd much rather have him than Alvarado or Banks. But
But I guess what I'm
don't
getting
know.
at is really the manager should be under the microscope.
Oh,
Microscope.
Rob is.
And that's
Rob-
why Mattingly's coming in
Hey,
this year.
that's why I want to talk about that. Mattingly, I think it's a good move to bring him in as your bench coach.
Is it
but-
Ryan Sandberg all over again with Charlie Manuel? I wonder.
Well,
If he
hopefully it'll have
messes
better.
up,
Hopefully, have better results. Because no disrespect to Ryan, who we
No,
lost
rest in
last year.
peace,
He may have been the worst manager the Phillies ever had.
Sure.
He was
Oh,
terrible.
John Felsky may
Yeah,
have.
well,
John Felsky may have an argument with that.
We had some bad ones. Yeah, John Felsky, Nick Lever.
Pat Corrales.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pat Corrales was, I think, Pat Corrales wasn't actually doing that bad record wise. He didn't. He had a
Joe
winning record.
Girardi.
Joe Girardi.
Joe
Yeah.
Girardi. I mean,
Yeah,
as
Joe
soon as
Girardi
he
was bad,
leaves,
too.
they go to the 4-year
Right.
run in the playoffs.
That's
He
right.
was bad, but Sandberg's right in that conversation. I mean, he seemed baffled out there. And the thing about Sandberg was he managed the Phillies AAA team for a couple of years.
He
He knew
did.
those
Yeah.
They
players.
didn't see how bad he was. They didn't see, hey, this guy isn't that. That's the part that really gets
But
you. Somebody
Sandberg-
should have saw
It
that.
was a name, right?
Sandberg didn't have any players. That team was. I get what you're saying because
Yeah, but he really
talking
was.
about it,
I mean, you're right. They weren't very
Yeah,
good in
Jake
2013,
Arrieta, that was
15,
it.
but he wasn't a
right.
good manager.
No.
He really wasn't.
He was
He
a
wasn't.
name and he was a draw, and the fans liked him. But that was.
I
about
loved
it.
him as a player. Loved him
Sure.
as a player. Absolutely. But I don't know. But he wasn't that good. But I mean, yeah, I wanted to talk about that. And also he's got the relationship with Bichette. Maybe that'll help Bichette sign it. You
Can't
don't
hurt.
know. You don't know. It might. Something I want to talk about with the Phillies. Harper is going to play for Team USA next year. I don't like that.
No.
I don't like that he's playing for Team in that World Baseball Classic. He's already a guy who gets injured and worn down.
Is he
And-
following in the footsteps of his idol Joel Embiid?
Joel Embiid who
Play
played
for Team
played in
USA
the
and then
Olympics and
missed
then
all
couldn't play in
season?
a regular season. Yeah, well,
Everybody's playing. That's a serious team they have. They've never had this much talent.
that World Baseball.
I'm not arguing with
What's
you.
his name?
I'm
We
just
had
telling you.
first year Trey Turner was coming
Turner.
here. He
Yeah,
played
he had
that
a
thing, and
great
then he came here
series.
and with the first half of the
Had a
season, he
It
long-
was.
was horrendous.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. It just. I mean, you're getting $313 million for the Phillies. That should be a priority.
They used to do
Especially
something.
the year you had last
Yeah.
year, right?
Exactly, and the
Yeah, I
injuries
agree.
he's had in
The
his career.
injuries.
These kind of all-star tournament type things used to happen at the end of the season. Back like this is new. They used to do Japan,
I
Winter
mean,
yeah.
ball, like,
and
right?
Yeah.
but they would go to Japan or whatnot.
Well, you
and
go back to
send
the-
the all-stars at the end of the season,
Go
not
back to the-
before.
Right.
1920s and 30s when the guys didn't make that much money. Some of the all stars would
They
put
all went
together
on the barnstorming trips.
Babe Ruth and those
Barnstorming.
guys. They would go to Japan, Korea,
Yep,
Mexico,
Mexico.
Yeah.
Cuba, and they went to Japan before World War II. We were actually on good terms with Japan. People
Yeah.
don't know that, but
Yeah.
Babe was over there making money.
There's a cool video on YouTube about that.
Making money. And Babe was over there making. Well, Babe found a way to make money. Don't worry about Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
I don't know if his illegitimate kids got child support or not. They may not have.
Oh,
I've always said about Babe Ruth when the guys get paternity leave nowadays.
He never
baseball
did.
thing, but Babe Ruth, he not only did he didn't know the names of the kids he had, and he damn sure didn't miss any games. That's
Well,
for
who
sure.
has
Babe
more
never
kids,
missed a
him or
game.
Brandon Cooks
Yeah,
from Buffalo?
Babe didn't miss any games. I'll tell you that. I don't know. I disagree with that paternity leave for baseball players in the season, but whatever. I guess I'm old fashioned.
Yeah.
But I disagree with it. So the Cubs got Bregman. You don't think? If you
glad.
couldn't get Bichette, I think Bregman would have been a guy to get a right-handed
I'm glad
bat.
he's older.
Yeah, he's older, but the Phillies really need that right-handed bat.
Need a right-hander for sure.
What they could have used that Bregman does bring is attitude.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they're a little too Joe Cool.
Now, here's the thing. If the Phillies don't sign Bichette, do they go after one of these other guys? Because you got guys who are left-handed. You got Kyle Tucker and Cody Bellinger. Now, they're left-handed, but they are good players.
I don't really care which hand they hit with.
But you really need somebody from the right
Yeah,
side.
even Rob said that
right?
at his press conference
you got
last year. He said we're
Schwarber.
all three left-handed with Harper and
You would
Schwarber
be.
Right.
and Stott and Marsh.
yeah,
Really left-handed. But I would like to see him go after one of those guys if they don't get Bichette. I don't
Did
know how they
anybody
feel.
ever say, boy, we have too many good right-handed hitters? No.
No, but it does make a difference late in the game when they bring in those left-handed specialists and you start going against your lefties. It's different. It is different. But
Has there been any movement on Harrison Bader?
that I was just going to
I
bring
don't
that
hear
up.
anything
I
about
would
him
love
at
to have
all.
Harrison Bader back.
In a
He's
heartbeat.
He's
Yeah.
supposedly looking for a 3-year contract. Hasn't got it.
Nobody's
Maybe the
giving him
Phillies
that.
can get him for 1 or 2.
'Cause he's
I
got
would,
an injury prone.
I would love to
history.
have him back as a center fielder.
And then you bring your attitude. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah.
He brings the attitude.
Yeah, I would love to have him back, but
Not a problem.
I don't.
And then let Marsh do whatever Marsh wants to do and
He
play
could
Crawford
platoon
and
him,
left.
Yeah.
But the thing
platoon
about
Marsh.
Crawford hits from the right side or left hand. I'm forgetting already.
Left-handed,
Is he
isn't he?
lefty?
Is Justin Crawford? I can't. I
Doesn't he
forget.
swing like
Yeah, you might be
Juan
right.
Pierre and,
You
Okay.
might
and
be
all?
right.
Doesn't
Well, the thing
Yeah.
about that is Marsh has to play against right-handed pitchers. He's really good against right-handed pitchers. So you got to find a way
That's
to
why
get him
you
in there.
platoon him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have to
Maybe
have,
with Crawford originally.
depending whether I forget it, Crawford,
if you're
but
right, if he's right or
otherwise,
left-handed.
maybe you use. I hate to say this, Weston Wilson or Otto Kemp. You put because he can't hit lefties.
Oh,
Marsh
you-
can't hit lefties.
there's no doubt.
So you play him as the roster stands now, and one of those guys has to, or I don't know if they've gone down this road before. If Edmundo Sosa can play in the outfield, that'd
They
be great.
tried
If he,
it once before.
Yeah, he wasn't the
and,
greatest
wasn't
out there.
The greatest, no.
And again, you're
Crawford hits left-handed.
Yeah, Crawford
hits
Throws
left-handed.
right-handed.
Throws right-handed.
who's right-handed?
Crawford's
throws right-handed.
bats
Yes.
left-handed.
Yes.
Throws
see,
right-handed.
Yes.
well, maybe the new guy, although they want him to play every day, right?
Oh, yeah.
Aldis Garcia.
Garcia, yeah.
Yeah, I see. So if you bring Bader back, that does cause a problem because you could maybe have a logjam with Crawford and then Marsh. You'd have to mix and match. Maybe they would they platoon Bader and Marsh? Because Bader now, because you want to play
They
Bader.
haven't
I don't know what
really
they would
asked
do.
Dombrowski about that, have they recently? Like,
I would
what's up with
prefer.
Bader?
I would prefer to see.
I don't think they're bringing Bader back because they want to
Crawford
give
in left field.
Oh yeah, we would.
and
Everybody
Bader in
would.
center.
But I think they're determined to give Crawford a shot. Maybe that's why they don't want to bring Bader back.
Crawford's the money guy here. You're paying him minor league money at this point.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
so
true. That saves us out. That's a
I-
good point.
I
I
mean,
don't think you're going to see Bader. I would love to see Bader. I
Yeah,
love
that's a
Bader.
good point,
I love his
yeah.
energy at least.
I want him to
would
spend that
trade
money.
Marsh. I'm not a Marsh fan.
I would trade him.
I would
Well,
trade
he hits right-handed pitchers though, man. He was really good against right-handed pitchers last year. I don't know.
He was.
I
The one guy I don't want to see anymore is Johan Rojas.
Oh God, no.
Gosh, the guy can't even drop a bunt.
There's a chance they might platoon him in Marsh.
Oh,
Which
my goodness.
that's the thing
Imagine.
that kills
Can't
me.
even drop a bunt.
How, with that speed, do you not learn how to bunt? He would be a weapon.
Oh.
Bunting for a hit or bunting for a sacrifice. Both.
But look at his minor league numbers. He kills it down there. So why can't he hit up here?
Yeah,
know,
what is
I-
it,
I-
mental?
I-
He
well,
goes down there, he hits
Mental.
300.
Yeah, but there is a big difference
I
between minor league
understand
pitching
that. But
and
you
major
think
league
he could at least
pitching.
hit 220 up here.
Yeah, I know. But that's the thing
Could
that
be
kills me, that he
professional
can't
at
bunt.
bats.
He can't
I
bunt.
think the experiment is over with
The idea-
Rojas.
He might be on the roster. I don't know. As he
He's such
stands
a good
now, he's got a
defensive
good
player.
chance to
He
be on the
is,
roster. And there's a chance he could be the platoon guy with Marsh. There is. I hate to say it, but there is
Couldn't
a
he
chance.
be a guy you put at the end of your bench as your defensive replacement in the playoff game?
That I could see.
I'm
That
telling
I
you,
could see.
if he's on the roster,
But don't
there's-
let him bat.
if he's on
Not
the
in a
roster,
critical situation.
they
We
might give
DH
him
him
a
instead
chance.
of
We tried
pitcher.
that, remember?
They might give him a chance to platoon with Marsh. And not that I'm in favor of it, but I'd rather see Campbell Wilson out there as a right-handed platoon. They're
Well,
gonna
I
hit.
don't know
They're
about
gonna hit
that.
better than Rojas.
They'll hit for power.
They're gonna hit better than Rojas, but and he can't. And Sosa, I don't think can play the outfield, which is a shame because I'd love to see him. He hits lefties. He'd be perfect
Yeah.
in platoon. Would be a
he's
platoon
valuable guy,
situation.
but
Yeah.
infield only.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
I had to look this up the other day. I'm thinking Sosa's like 33, 34 years. He's 28.
wow, I didn't realize he was that young.
Yes.
Forever. Wow.
Is he really that
I
young?
was talking about it with Jimmy, my
Wow.
son,
Wow.
and he looked it up. It was 28 or
Jeez.
29.
Well, if they trade Bohm, you might see Sosa playing against left-handed pitchers third base. Very
I
good
don't have a
chance.
problem with
No, I
that.
wouldn't either against left-handed. Then they'd have to figure out who would play against left. Play against righties. Yeah, they'd have to
Your
figure
boy
out. Who would play.
Otto.
Maybe I'm not a big Otto Kemp fan, but maybe it
Sosa
would
will
be
be 30 on March 6th.
30
Still
on March
young.
5th.
Yeah.
Okay,
Very-
well,
that's
still
pretty
young.
yeah.
listen, but but if they I'd be in favor. I'm praying for Bo Bichette, and if they get
Yeah, fingers
get
crossed.
Ryan Jeffers, I won't complain.
Yeah, me
I
either.
was thinking I wanted JT, but Ryan Jeffers, I would be happy
If
with too.
JT walks and Bohm gets traded, there's your Bichette
Yeah,
money.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So
Yeah, and Rangers
And
walking.
Rangers
Yeah,
gone,
there's
so
money
you're
and
gonna save there.
yeah. Well, we'll
hate
see.
to see it, but
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it might be a good move to go younger if they can pull that trade off with Jeffers.
Especially lineup-wise.
They need to turn the lineup
yeah, the
over
lineup's
to,
got to
to
change.
younger age.
So Jeffers is under Twins control and just signed a 1-year, $6.7 million.
Well, 1
deal.
year.
Wow, okay.
They might
Arbitration.
trade. I'm not, yeah, man,
That's just arbitration.
He'll hit free agency in 27.
they traded Duran to us. I mean, he's a good. He has 2 more years of control. They might trade this kid. I don't know if they
Yeah.
definitely will, but
Back
I'd
to
love to see it.
Strom. I'd like to see because there were 2 upper minor league level catchers traded for left-handed relief pitchers, and we traded Strom for a bag of balls and
Yeah, I
dozen
don't.
donuts.
I don't understand that either. And that's
you know, he was a
gonna-
better trade chip than what we got.
I'm praying that,
Great.
that Strom has a bad year this year. That way I can say, okay, he had a bad year. Because if I'm looking at his stats and he's having a good year, I'm going to just be furious. I'm going to be steaming. So I hope he goes out there and really pitches bad. Then I won't care.
Phillies could always throw that catcher in that, what's his face?
Who?
The catcher we have.
Marchand,
Yeah, Marchand.
Oof.
yeah,
Could always throw him in. I mean, it doesn't seem like he's
Oh,
the
trade,
guy.
you mean? Trade?
in the trade.
And
Oh, yeah. Well,
And
I
it's
would think.
Jeffers.
Yeah.
I would think if you trade for Jeffers, that Marchand would have to
He
be in
would
the
have to
trade.
go, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Because
So
it
then
doesn't
Stubbs
seem like
is
he's
your
a,
backup, right?
what's that?
I
And
guess.
Garrett Stubbs is your backup.
Probably.
He's the backup no matter what. They love that guy.
Yeah,
Probably.
He's
Probably.
a clubhouse guy, I guess.
Yeah.
So the Sixers, they tough loss last night. They lost 1 point in overtime. No Embiid and no George. Neither one of them played. And
Road management, was
yeah,
it?
no, Embiid had groin soreness and George had knee soreness. So
Okay.
this is going to be when playoff time rolls around. It's going to be the same thing. I hate to
Isn't
say it.
Every player have that every game.
I know, but playoffs, I don't want to hear that.
Did
They
Wilt
gotta go out and
Chamberlain
play.
ever have
No,
a night off?
he played one year.
Never.
He averaged actually more than 48 minutes,
Yeah,
which is
he averaged
insane.
More than 48. That's
Which
right.
is insane. But again, under the radar. I said this last episode. Maxey is a star, and
Yeah.
in his own city, people, everybody's so obsessed with the Eagles, which is fine. I don't know if the people realize how good this kid
Yeah,
is,
this guy's
and
good.
it's going to be. And right now, it's getting wasted because we're weighed down with this Embiid contract and George contract,
Yep.
and this kid Edgecombe looks really good,
Mhm.
but unfortunately, what is it? 2 more years with George, and I don't know how many more with
Oh,
Embiid.
God
is it
knows
2
how
more with
many.
Embiid or 3
No,
more?
at
Ooh,
least
I think
3.
it's more than that.
Oh,
Yeah.
at least
3, if
three,
not
yeah.
more.
Daryl Morey to
Shame.
sign that extension. How could you
There
sign
was-
it? The guy practically is laying in a hospital bed, and they sign him to an extension.
There was zero reason. for
None.
that.
29.
Yeah,
that's
there
up.
was
Zero
zero
reason.
reason to sign that extension.
Oh, boy.
George may bring you something for a team that is looking to go somewhere in the playoffs.
Maybe
if he's healthy.
Right.
Well, I don't know. If I was another team, I'd be damned if I trade for him. Maybe somebody will.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody would want a
You know?
veteran, like you say, a veteran who's going to come off the bench and play 15 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. But what do if we get a second round pick for him and they take a salary? I'll throw a parade.
Yeah, if they win
Absolutely.
tonight against Toronto, they're in the fourth. They're the 4th team in the East.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They're only a game or so behind Toronto for number 4. It's
Yeah,
not
no.
so bad for a team
It
that's
looks
kinda
like
upside down.
They're probably going to make the playoffs, but I don't see them going anywhere once they get in the
They're
playoffs.
small.
Yeah, they
They're
are.
short.
Without
But
Embiid. Healthy
Embiid defensively, he's not what he was. He was really good
He's
defensively
got
at one
no
time.
lateral
No, he
movement.
all them injury, and we signed him. Oh, that extension. Holy moly, that
It's a shame.
extension is brutal. It's like the Ryan Howard extension. It's almost as bad. Well, it's just as bad, I guess. It's just brutal. It's a shame because I'd really love that. It would be great if we could have a good basketball team and playoffs.
The city would be excited.
It would be great,
Would
but
be nice.
it's going to be several
Well,
years.
you got Villanova's making a nice comeback. There you
Well,
go.
there you
They
go.
beat Marquette the other
Marquette
day.
the other- I
Yeah.
watched the
I
end
think
of
they're
that
14
game.
wins
Who's
already.
they got rid of Neptune, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
you
he's
said-
gone.
as
It's
I-
Willard,
Willard
from
from-
Seton Hall.
As people were saying, his
Seton
name
Hall?
was Neptune.
Seton
Maryland.
Well, he was
He
originally
originally was Seton Hall,
but
yeah.
he came from
So he knew
Maryland.
the Big
You're right.
East.
You're
Yes.
As people said, his
Yes.
name was Neptune, but he coached like he was from Uranus. So
Well, you knew it
I
was a
don't-
mistake, right?
Yeah.
When he got hired.
Yeah,
after
but
Jay Wright.
so-
Who
so-
was going to fill
That's right.
those shoes?
You know, anybody.
That's a tough hire.
Anybody. Now, Mike, are you a hockey guy? You a Flyers guy?
I am, and I'm not really.
okay.
I mean, Eagles and Phillies
Yeah,
first and foremost.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest guy. I mean, the Flyers, they lost last night, but they were playing pretty good. This
Yeah, they're
kid's
playing. And
Zagras,
Puckett's got 'em moving, I
everybody
think.
likes. So,
Yeah.
well, it looks like they might make the playoffs too. That's at
Yeah.
least something that the Sixers and Flyers both made the playoffs. When's the
Zagreb
last time?
seems to be a steal.
When did that happen? The last time the Sixers and
You know?
Flyers both made the playoffs in the same year? It's been a while. It's
God,
been a
yeah.
while. So it'd be
Flyers have a shot. Yeah, they're 5-3. I think
it'd be
in their last
great.
8 games.
It'd be
like
exciting, and yeah, people love Keith
They
Jones.
got a
so-
little bit of stability in the goal. You know,
Right.
their
Makes the
their
difference.
their save percentage isn't 880. You know, it's at least up there with an average to above average goaltender.
That's great.
That's what you
need.
That's great. But you need some of that excitement because right now you're just at the end of the year. You wait. The Eagles are done, and then you're waiting for the Phillies, and then there's
Nothing
nothing.
in
but
Well,
the
between.
that's
Sixers
why I
and
have
Flyers.
my Philly shirt
Phillies, yeah.
Oh, I
go
know.
Phils.
30 days till spring
Yeah,
training.
we're getting ready for the spring training, and hopefully they'll do something. Hopefully the Sixers and Flyers will stay competitive. Hopefully it'd be nice if they stay. And I don't know if any of the Big Five teams are going to make none made the tournament last year, right?
Oh,
They're not-
Villanova's ready to crack the top 25.
That'd
so
be
stay
great.
tuned.
That'd be,
Let's
none
hope.
of them
Seriously.
made the tournament last year, which
No,
is
not last
really a
year.
shame.
I have to give a shout out to my kids though. They bought me NCAA.
Oh, nice.
When they're
Ah,
for
are they in
tickets for
Philly?
Christmas.
So
Yep.
this year is it
Yep.
the Final
The
Four?
finals
What is it?
here?
No, it's
Or-
16, I think.
Oh,
the
nice.
Sweet 16. Is it?
I
That's
think it's
nice.
16.
Very nice.
It's a shame they couldn't get the finals here with the 250th celebration
know.
and the baseball All-Star game and everything. That would have been nice. But okay, the Sweet 16 will be here. That
Yeah.
should be fun.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
my kids
oh,
are listening.
they-
If they're listening, which I think they are, the Sweet 16s in Philly this year, kids.
And if anybody who knows me is listening, don't buy me because the last thing I want to do is sit in that traffic. So don't buy me anything. I got my TV and radio, and I'm
Take,
good.
Oh,
take
boy.
SEPTA, Ed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good that, as I said, I have my funeral already prepaid for, so that's good.
Yeah.
But I can follow on my phone. I don't need to sit in traffic. I'm getting like my old man. Anything to avoid traffic. I'm getting just like my father. There's a couple more things I want to talk about before we get out of here. Our friend Max Kepler was suspended for 80
Yeah.
games for I want to know what PEDs Max Kepler was taking.
Didn't seem to help, did it?
Holy cow. That's unbelievable.
They talk about dumbfounded. Like
I-
when
that-
I came out the other day, it's like this world's upside down.
That's the
seem
type
to
of thing you think that's the Babylon Bee or the Onion on one of those fake news stories when you see that that's unbelievable.
Well, I kept waiting for him to turn it on. And he is what he is, right? A 15 home run, 55 RBI guy,
Yeah.
The last
serviceable defensive guy, but you're not
last 2
getting
years,
much more than
him
that.
and Austin Hayes.
Yeah,
That's what they're worried about with this Aldelis Garcia, that he might be another guy
There's
like
gonna be
that.
another-
Yeah,
Right.
another
I
serviceable
hope
Another
not.
$10 million we put
I
out,
hope not.
15
I hope
home
not.
runs.
hoping for a guy to be
50
good.
RBIs. That's all you're going to get.
Because Garcia a couple of years ago was great, helped the Rangers, but now he's had 2 down years. So I don't know. It'd be great if he's playing in this lineup, maybe getting some pitches. If he's batting behind Harper, maybe he'll do it. That'd be great. Keep your fingers crossed for Garcia. I don't know.
That's the difference between the Phillies and the Dodgers.
Oh,
We
of
go
course
for
it
the
is.
bargain basement,
Of course.
and they go for the top tier
Of course.
guys.
Although you can't, the Phillies have spent. I mean, they spent
They
on
have.
Wheeler and Schwarber, Harper, Turner,
But-
even Castellanos.
True.
They have
How
spent.
can you not develop an outfielder?
I know.
Yeah.
Well, that's
we
what they're.
haven't had a homegrown outfielder and a put air quotes on it.
Sue Burrell.
Pat Burrell.
Keep your fingers
yeah.
crossed for Justin Crawford.
You
Keep
know,
your fingers
but
crossed.
I mean, all
Yeah,
these
you're right.
years,
All these years.
I know.
we can't come up with one outfielder that is an average
know,
major league
it's
player.
Johan Rojas.
Johan Rojas, yeah.
You
Don
know,
Brown had a little run for a while.
Oh,
He had
Don
like
Brown.
2
Don
years.
Brown
Don Brown,
had, he had a
baby.
half a
Don
season
Brown,
where he made the
yeah.
All-Star
Don
game.
Brown.
Don
That was the
Brown.
time to trade him when he had that big
Yeah,
season.
it was.
Uh,
It was.
Half a season.
Time to
whatever it
trade him was when we should have gotten Roy Halladay the first time.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Talking about our old friends. Lenny was in the news again.
Oh,
Lenny got
boy.
arrested.
Oh,
Lenny get-
boy. He was only a passenger, though,
The
Ed.
thing with Lenny
He
is
wasn't the driver.
Lenny should, at this point, should be like Otis from the Andy Griffith Show. Just give him his own key to the jail and he can let himself in and out, because it's absurd. He was actually keeping a thing on Twitter for a while. How many days since his last arrest? Now he had to go back to 0.
Sort of like one of those safety.
Uh-huh.
jets,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Some
He
days,
was doing that, and now he blew it.
prison free.
Explain to me why Lenny Dykstra is living in Scranton.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Maybe.
I-
Who knows?
Is that
Why
where
does
his-
anybody-
That's where his pusher is.
Somebody
Why is
is
anybody living in Scranton, much
Somebody-
less him?
Somebody might be supporting him. Somebody might be letting him live free in an apartment.
Ah,
I don't know that,
well,
but if
he
I had to
he had a
guess,
stroke or something last year, some
Yeah, he
kind of
did.
medical emergency. So he might be up there with that person.
yeah, who knows?
But I'm like-
Well, remember what Mitch Williams said? He said, on the field, Lenny was the smartest player I ever saw. Off the field, he was the dumbest human being I ever saw.
Dumb as a rock. Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's a shame. I mean,
Yeah,
because he was
shame.
so great with the Phillies that
Yeah.
year and with the Mets when the Mets
That
won the
was
World
86,
Series.
yeah.
But, oh, boy. What
Just
a
shows you what drugs and alcohol
Holy
do to your
mackerel.
brain, right?
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
that's probably what caused this having to have the stroke. Sure.
Yeah,
God,
sure.
God knows what he was taking. God
He's-
knows what prescriptions he was
he's-
taking.
he's had a tough-
buying
he's
under
had a
the
tough
table.
life.
Oh,
Ed, you were saying you don't take any meds. You imagine the meds he's taking
Yeah,
There's
he's
a
or
lot-
has
triple,
taken over these years.
quadruple.
I don't want to
know.
get on a soapbox, but I tell anybody, don't that pharmaceutical industry. I don't trust it. I had a doctor wanted to put me on that Ambien because I have sleep problems. I said, you're not giving me that.
Yeah.
No, sir,
Yeah.
nothing.
He'll be walking the halls
I'm
and
not.
streets of Mayfair.
Exactly. I mean, I'll deal with the insomnia. I don't
See
want
you
that.
at the Mayfair Diner every night.
Yeah.
But David Donner closes at 5 now.
I was just going to
That's
say,
it,
Which is-
closes early.
Which is the I can't even get my head around that. The
Shame.
Mayfair Diner closes at 5 o'clock.
Hard
But
to
that's
believe,
ridiculous.
right?
Here's something I noticed that I can't believe. The New York Jets, they became the first team in history to have their defense go a whole season with no interceptions. First team. How is that possible? That you could have no interceptions for an entire season.
Something has to bounce off somebody's hands.
Then they're playing
Somebody's gotta
17
get
games.
hit.
They're playing
Something.
17 games. That's ridiculous. No
Really
interception.
bad.
When I heard that, I thought it was a mistake. I said, that can't be right. How does that not happen? That can't happen. Holy mackerel.
How can you be that bad for that long?
They should just, I
I
mean,
wonder.
Like-
people say about this
Makes you
Woody
wonder.
Johnson.
He
should-
must be an idiot.
Apparently. He's got to be. Didn't he make his money in the pharmaceutical industry? Woody Johnson? I'm serious. I think he did.
I think he had the COVID drug that didn't work the least.
Isn't he from the Johnson? I think.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle made a big joke about it on the
Yeah.
special.
Yeah. I mean,
But it's like you just have to stumble into
I-
a good player
No
here or
interception.
there.
That's a carom, something.
yeah.
They've been so bad for so long.
How can
it's-
you go an entire
gotta
season
wonder.
with no interception? I mean, I would have bet anything that was impossible. That it's
Here's the
happened
luck
today.
of the Jets, though, in his defense. I mean, Aaron Rodgers' first play with them, it was the first or
Ripped
second
his
play,
leg out.
Oh yeah,
and he
yeah,
was
that's
out
the-
for the year.
yeah,
That
that's
just
the-
shows you the
just bad
franchise
luck.
is
Yeah,
jinxed.
if you went to the bathroom, you missed the Aaron Rodgers era.
Dude, I was in a hotel and I literally walked out of my room, came back, and he was out for
No,
the year.
that's
It was
ridiculous.
Wild.
How does anybody,
That's when you know you're jinxed.
how does
Yeah.
anybody even show up for their games?
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
and somebody said that they were trying to contact Harbaugh, and Harbaugh wouldn't go there. Why would he go
Well,
there?
you
would
know,
you
the
want to?
Dolphins.
That's a quagmire waiting to happen.
You wouldn't want to go there.
No way.
Nobody wants to go
No
there.
way.
Who would want to go there? And another old friend of ours was in the news. He getting involved with the pro fishing. Ben Simmons is getting involved with the
jeez, I saw that.
professional fishing.
Oh, my
Are you serious?
Oh, you didn't
He's
hear
a
about this?
fisherman.
No.
I did see
He's
it.
he's
No.
going to be an owner of a professional fit. Or I don't think he himself is going to be fishing, but he's going to be owning some kind of professional. Did you read that, Jim? Did you hear about it? Professional
There was
fishing.
a
I'm looking
photo
for
of
it
him.
now.
There's
I
a
have it
photo
on-
of him
On
with
Broad Street
the
Misery,
fish holding it up at the boat.
Yeah,
So
I-
No.
We have it.
he's
I'm
a sport
looking for it.
fisherman.
Well, he's the type of guy who'll be throw his line in and miss the ocean where he goes. It's amazing.
He'd be afraid to throw his line.
All of our old friends were in the news. I don't understand it.
Oh boy.
No,
There's
I
another
did
name
not
from
see
the past.
But yeah, he's not. He hasn't signed with it. He hasn't. I guess nobody in the NBA is done with his act with his.
Talk about a mental midget.
Oh,
I mean, no.
Unbelievable. Wouldn't take any.
Misguided guy.
Wouldn't take any
Misguided
coaching.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
He was talented enough to make the All-Star team his first 2 years because he had actual talent, but it would
Oh,
take
yeah.
no
And
coaching.
he had the height.
Would take
How
no
do you
coaching.
not take that to another level?
Not that the guy we had. What was his name?
Brian Colangelo?
No. The coach.
Brett Brown.
Brett Brown. Not that he was the greatest coach, but
No.
Ben Simmons wouldn't take any coaching. I mean, he wouldn't listen to
And he
anybody.
was a family
Amazing.
friend, Brett Brown.
Yeah, he wouldn't listen to
They were
anybody.
family
I don't.
friends.
It's amazing. You have talent and wouldn't listen to Doc Rivers. Wouldn't listen to anybody.
What do
So-
you want?
He went down. What was it? His sister or his brother? Something tragic happened to someone in his family,
Oh, really?
and that's when he went down. Like
I thought that was
completely
Embiid
down.
who lost his brother.
What's
Embiid
that?
lost his brother.
Embiid
Yeah.
lost a brother.
Something happened to Ben Simmons.
Really? That-
Yeah, I vaguely remember something.
Yeah, and like that was the end.
But he wouldn't take any coaching. He was dating the Kardashian
the
half sister
Kardashians.
Jenner.
Yeah.
I mean, he wouldn't take any coaching. Nobody could get through to him.
And you knew that coming out of LSU.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know that they knew he literally wouldn't take any coaching. I don't know that they knew it was that bad.
Yeah.
He
All the
wouldn't.
money that they signed for.
Yeah, he
you
would-
think,
he
what is
would-
your motivation
he would-
or lack thereof?
Here you go, Ed.
There
He is. That's the picture I saw.
Oh my God.
Something about I think he's going to be an owner more than an actual fit. I forget the whole story. I should have
No,
I should have been more
I
prepared.
didn't
But
see that.
Ben Simmons, yeah, it's I don't
There's
know.
a 0 rating show for you.
There's Ben
Oh
Simmons.
my God.
Another thing I want to talk real quick. We're almost done. Real quick, that the NBA, there's talk that the NBA would start a 4-point line, a line past the
Oh,
3-point
my
line.
goodness.
It's like they're trying to ruin a great sport. They're trying to ruin a great sport. A 4-point line. I wish they get rid of the 3-point line.
I think the 4-point line should be from like the foul line around, because then they might learn to shoot mid-range jumpers.
They might, but I mean, I wish they would get rid of that 3-point line. That 3-point line, it became just now that's all guys think about is
Well,
the 3
who's the
points.
new 7'5" superstar? Is he with San Antonio?
When,
Yeah,
Wemby,
Wemby,
Yeah.
he shoots the 3.
Oh, yeah, he
deep
does.
ball,
He's a good-
like Embiid.
Mhm.
You got 7'5" guy not playing under
Yeah,
the
I know.
basket. He'll be right there for
Yeah,
the
he's-
4-pointers.
he's a good player. He's a good player.
He's
But
a
I
good
mean,
player, but
that 3-point line, it's all anybody cares about now.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Andre Drummond, who has more offensive rebounds than anybody in the NBA, now thinks he can shoot 3
They
pointers.
all
course.
do. They all
They
want
have
to
to
get
be-
on ESPN. They all think they get
I
a
like
get a
that.
contract.
I mean,
With
just
sneaker
watch.
contract. It's all about the 3-point shot. And I wish they would get rid of it.
I mean, you just watch these teams run offenses. All they do is run around in a circle.
Oh, they do. There's no defense or.
But even the ones that are playing defense, the offensive players just run around that 3-point
Oh,
line.
no, it's
and that
terrible.
is the only goal is to get an open.
One guy brings the
3-point
ball.
shot.
One guy brings the ball up, and he's not thinking about passing it. He's thinking about shooting it. It's amazing.
I mean,
There's no passing.
You have a 3-on-1 and you shoot a 3-pointer.
There's
Crazy.
no working the ball around for the best shot. It's somebody's just going to be a star and throw a 3-pointer up. It's brutal.
It's a shame because, like you said, Eddie, basketball played at a high level is the most
Oh,
exciting sport there
The
is.
NBA, you go back
Yeah.
on YouTube and find some of it from the 80s. It was pretty good. The NBA was
Yeah.
pretty good. And college basketball was great. So listen, do you guys watch the Thursday night games on that Amazon Prime? I don't stream.
Not so much.
The reason I ask is that Al Michaels has said he's coming back for another year.
Oh,
And
boy.
people, I mean, he's old. And if you go on Twitter on every Thursday, he gets destroyed. The people,
Oh, yeah.
he gets
Yeah.
destroyed
Yeah,
about
it's
how
time for Al to
senile
hang
he
it
is.
up.
But he
Yeah.
says he's coming back for another
boy.
year.
But
I don't
whatever,
know.
did they had the one playoff game, right?
It's the Saturday night playoff game.
I don't know what I was listening to. They said how good he was in that.
Maybe he
playoff
was.
game.
Maybe he rose that he
Yeah.
came in for a playoff game.
They
Maybe
said
he
he
had
was-
some
They
Prevagen or
said he
something.
was, yeah.
Yeah,
They said he was really good in that game.
Yeah, I haven't
Oh,
heard him
boy.
in a couple of years because I don't have that
But he's
Amazon Prime.
terrible.
But
Yeah,
yeah, that's what
he's-
people. It's a
he's
shame
past his
because
prime.
he in his day he was the best. He would do
Oh, yeah.
every sport. He was
Do you
the
believe
best.
in miracles?
Yeah,
right?
oh
That
yeah,
was
every
him.
baseball, every sport. Al Michaels did every sport.
Yep.
He was fantastic. He even did NASCAR back in the 70s on Wide World of Sports. He did everything.
Yeah. You realize the 70s were 50 years ago.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying.
It's it might be time to give somebody else a
But
chance.
a lot of these old announcers don't want to give it up. I mean, remember Harry Cowles? He died in the booth.
Vince Scully went to
Vince
the
Scully,
end. Almost.
Vince Scully did. Bob Uecker was in his 90s.
The guy that just
Harry
retired
Carey.
from the Yankees.
John Sterling with his health
Yeah.
problems. Yeah, John Sterling. Harry Carey went long.
Harry Carey.
Jack Buck.
Jack Buck.
They don't tear him out of the booth. Ernie Harwell, who was the legendary
Harwell.
Tigers.
Yeah, but
They'll let
Ernie
you hang around the team if you want, but
Pat Summerall, they had to tear him out of the booth. Give Frank Gifford. They don't want to give it up. These old announcers.
That's what Summerall left on his own.
I think they had to push him out. He was getting old. He was getting up there.
He left in 05. Madden left a few years after that.
Yeah, he was getting old. And
at time it's
these guys
people get tired of hearing you. Number one,
For sure. You know who really is good, and it's a shame he got demoted, is Greg Olson.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think he does a great
But I
job
think-
on the football.
I thought Brady was good yesterday. I was actually
Better,
impressed with Brady
but-
on the game yesterday. I
but
thought he was
Olsen
pretty.
still.
Yeah,
to me,
Olsen's good,
is
but
better.
I was impressed with Brady yesterday. I thought he was pretty good.
Brady actually had some insights, which he does.
He was kind of biting his
Usually
tongue.
he just gives you platitudes.
He was kind of biting his tongue not to rip Jalen Hurts. He sort of
Oh,
was, but he was
yeah.
biting his
We'll
tongue.
start talking about the trajectory
Yeah,
of
he
the
was
ball,
biting-
the way you were throwing
Yeah.
it in
Yeah,
the wind.
Yeah.
I thought
So
Brady,
that was some good insight, I guess.
Brady,
but-
he's not Troy Aikman yet, but I think he's pretty good. I think Brady
Sure.
was better than I thought. Well, I mean, we did about an hour, folks, and I mean, I think it was
Right.
pretty good. These guys were great. These guys
Yeah,
were great.
thanks
Great
for
show
having me.
tonight, right,
Thank you.
Jim?
Appreciate
Great
it.
show tonight.
Absolutely.
So hopefully, let's see how many more views it gets to my regular podcast.
Yeah.
Embarrass me with the sports podcast. Beat me.
I mean, look at the number there.
Oh, boy.
616.
Listen, all you people watching this, you're allowed to watch my comedy podcast too. You can
It's
watch
funny.
both. Trust me.
You're allowed.
You won't be arrested if you watch both. I won't be mad at you. I really would appreciate you watching both. I'll be
Now
able
they
to.
know where to find
Yeah,
you.
I'll be
right?
having a new episode coming up this Sunday. So listen, you can watch both, but keep tuning in to all of them. All of the comedy train wreck podcasts on Jim's network. All of them. Mike White, Ted Kelly. I want to wish Ted good luck on his upcoming shoulder surgery.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you guys coming out. Appreciate everybody watching.
Yeah,
Thanks to
Happy
the
New
great
Year.
Jim Corhan. Hey, we'll see you in a couple weeks in the next episode. Thanks a lot, folks. We'll see you.
I
See
know.
ya.